Hi, this is the interactive World Cup chart built on Numbers, Apple's spreadsheet offering. This spreadsheet is designed to help you track the teams through World Cup 2022. When you open the file, the first tab presents you with the main tracking chart. So at the top here, we've got the group stages, all the group tables, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. These tables are already populated with the teams in the groups. Then below that, we have the finals tables. This includes a table for the top 4 teams of the competition. So the idea is that we will just track each match, record the final score, and then these tables will populate automatically with points and goal difference. Then the group winners and runners-up will propagate through to the last 16 tables here, and then the winners of those matches will move through to the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. We'll be able to decide the playoffs down here for the third position, and then the final. And finally, the top 4 table will be populated automatically as well. Since there are a lot of group matches to be played, we track those on a separate tab, Group Matches. I'll just zoom in here so that we get a better view of that. This is already pre-populated with all the fixtures. So for example, we've got Qatar versus Ecuador here. And all we need to do is use the stepper to record the score. So for example here we've got Qatar versus Ecuador. And if I set this date in the past, then we'll see the result over here on the right, along with the group name, which we use for some logic later on. If I change the score to 3-3, then you can see it's now saying a draw. And if I say this is 4 versus 1, then it's a win for Qatar. Now, the result has come through to the group table, but it only comes through if the date of the match is today or in the past. So here, for example, we've got Qatar with 3 points and a goal difference of 3, and Ecuador 0 points minus 3 goal difference, which is consistent with what we've got here on the table. I'll set all these match dates in the past and add some different scores so that we can see what the data looks like. As I do this, you can now see results appearing on the right hand side there. The results only appear in this table and in the group tables when the match date is today or in the past. Let's switch back to the first tab where we see the group tables and see how it looks now. In order for the correct teams to propagate from the group stages into the last 16, we need to sort the tables using the predefined sorting rule. So I'm going through each of the tables here and I'm clicking sort now on the organize pane. And as I do that, the correct teams are propagated through to the last 16 table. So let's have a look at how that looks now. As an example here, we have the Group B winner versus the Group A runner-up. That's England versus Netherlands. And then we have Argentina, the Group C winner, versus Tunisia, the Group D runner-up. All the teams there are populated automatically. Now we can see what happens when we input some scores for the last 16 matches. So if Qatar score 1, they go through if it was 1-0, but if USA score 2, then USA win and they go through to the quarterfinal. Likewise, England versus Netherlands, if England win that game 3-0, then they're going to go through to the quarterfinal. And then these matches here are being arranged according to the rules of the tournament. I'll input some more scores here so that we can see teams going through to the quarterfinals so that we've got something to work with for the semi-finals and beyond. Now I'll set some scores for the quarterfinals, and as I do this you can see that the winners go through to the semi-finals. Once we have semi-final teams, we can input scores here, and then the losing teams go through to the playoffs. When the playoff is decided, the winner of that goes into third position, the loser into fourth position in the top four table. And lastly, we have the semi-final winners sent through to the final. They play a match, and the winner is going to be put at the top of the top four table, and the loser of that match goes into second position. So yeah, that is how this chart works. Hope you find it useful and fun to track teams through the World Cup stages.